Thank you so much. It's a great privilege to be here today together with Lina and Jessica. As the Executive Director of the European Environment Agency has stated, we have the chance today to learn a bit more about the state of the environment in Europe, the improvements and the challenges to preserve some of the very key bases of our health, our economy, our security and our welfare. I could say that we Europeans are lucky. Since 1994, we count on the European Environment Agency and its very great net of professionals to follow, assess and report of a large number of key indicators that allow us to make sound decisions. The first Executive Director of the European Environment Agency, my very appreciated Domingo Jiménez Beltrán, used to say it is difficult to protect what you don't know. And it's easy to give up if you don't understand the consequences. How to communicate complicated data in a simpler manner on how important it is not to make mistakes when deciding upon policies that may have a great impact on people. The creation of the European Environment Agency has not been the first relevant step towards a more resilient and greener Europe. The origin of the Green Agenda back in the 80s allowed us to connect green policies with the internal market. It inspires some of the most successful policies we feel proud of, such as the habitats regulation or the prevention of pollution in industrial sites. Green meant health and quality of life, and it is still the case. Since then, the data improvement, the public awareness, and the respect to knowledge have become key enablers for improvement of our European project and our international leadership, both in geopolitical terms and in competitiveness. And the role of the European Environment Agency and its reports is one of the most relevant tools we can count on. Therefore, allow me to make an explicit recognition to all those that have made this possible along the years. The four executive directors, Domingo, Jacqueline, Hans and Lina, together with their teams and the European Environment Information and Observation Network members, have been and still are one of our biggest assets. These are times when competitiveness and innovation resound as music to our ears. Times when denial of science and facts and aggressive rejection of environmental rules appear with no shame. These are times to learn and understand, to fight for values and prosperity, to find out and defend loud and clear why our ecosystems and our climate matter. These are the days to be together, as the three of us stand this morning in this room. Today's report by the European Environment Agency captures the complexity of the challenges and delivers a simple but stark message. If Europe, its economy and way of life are to survive and thrive, we must act with vision, determination and unity before it is too late. Climate and biodiversity crises feed off each other, so the solutions. Ecosystems have an essential role in reducing greenhouse gas emissions and in adapting to climate change through nature-based solutions. Conserving and restoring our natural habitats can protect us against droughts, floods, wildfires and soil degradation. It helps us to mitigate climate change as well as to adapt to it. Natural protection and restoration are essential to ensure the long-term viability of our food systems and water resources. The report is very clear. Each of these steps is essential to securing the future of our communities, our economies and the generations to come. Europe's Environment 2025 shows many of the key answers that we need. It provides a comprehensive picture of the environment, climate and sustainability in Europe based on data from across 38 countries. It highlights important progress in a climate change mitigation policy and recognises the European Union as a world leader. Air quality, greenhouse emissions have improved, but the progress with advance in innovation, green jobs and sustainable finance show that we still have much to do. We count on the possibility to keep on building on hope, to keep on working together. But there are significant challenges that still remain. We must radically increase our efforts in climate resilience and adaptation and in the application of nature-based solutions. Europe's Environment 2025 shows how the European Union is well prepared in some areas, with important legislation in place, but calls for transformative action in others. This report makes an essential contribution at an important moment. It is a blueprint for action, a guide to increasing our security and resilience, and a plan for a healthier, more sustainable future. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Executive Vice President. Commissioner Oswald, please, the floor is yours.